Assalamu alaikum, welcome back to my channel, dear brothers and sisters. It never crossed Michael Barnes' mind that he would embrace Islam and become an Islamic chaplain in the U.S. military. This U.S. soldier was raised in a devout Lutheran Christian family, and Islam was never a part of his life. Barnes, who has now changed his name to Khallid Shabazz, was born in Alexandria, Louisiana, 48 years ago. His family were devout Christians, attending church 3 times a week and praying together every night. In an interview with McClatchy, D.C. this week, he admitted to being deeply religious. "We loved each other, and if anyone had a problem, the church brought us together to address it," said Shabazz. Shabazz also studied at Jarvis Christian College, a renowned religious institution in Texas. After graduating, he taught biology at an elementary school in his hometown. However, he quit teaching after 6 months, feeling disheartened by the plight of his students, most of whom were poor and lacked parental attention. This African-American man was determined to improve his teaching skills. At the age of 23, he joined the Army, hoping that military life would help him mature and become a better teacher. "I plan to stay in the military for 20 years, then teach and coach. But I fell in love with the ideas and paradigm of the military," said Shabazz. He was introduced to Islam while stationed in Baumholder, Germany. Assigned to the maintenance of combat vehicles, he met a Muslim soldier. This soldier, he said, would constantly praise the greatness of Islam in front of other soldiers, which annoyed Shabazz. Frustrated by the behavior of the Muslim soldier, Shabazz decided to take him down. He challenged the Muslim soldier to an open debate. Shabazz invited around 30 soldiers to witness the debate in a meeting room. What happened next was quite the opposite. Shabazz was outmatched. The Muslim soldier, according to Shabazz, presented facts about Islam that he had never known before. Shabazz was stunned. "Honestly, I felt ashamed and depressed. For the first time, my awareness of who I am as a human being and all my beliefs were shaken," he said. From that moment, he spent every day until midnight reading about Islam and comparing religions. After 2 years of studying Islam with no doubts remaining, he decided to recite the 2 testimonies of faith, Shahada, and changed his name to Khallid Shabazz. His family did not immediately accept his conversion to Islam and still referred to him as Michael. It took years before his family eventually accepted his current identity. Now, they often tease him when it's time for prayer and make jokes about eating pork sausages. In the military, it was the same. His superior officers refused to acknowledge his conversion to Islam. Pork was still served in the military mess, forcing him to endure hunger rather than eat bacon. He complained multiple times to his superiors, but his concerns were ignored. He then took his issue to the chaplain, the religious advisor in the U.S. military. From this chaplain, Shabazz learned about an opening for an Islamic position. From that moment on, he became determined to become a chaplain for the rest of his life. His duties were not limited to guiding Muslim American soldiers, but also extended to assisting soldiers of other faiths who sought counseling or faced personal challenges. "I don't just want to help Muslims, not just Christians. I want to help anyone who is struggling," he said. It was not uncommon for soldiers under his guidance to eventually embrace Islam. Just 3 months ago, a sergeant in the U.S. Special Forces approached Shabazz in tears, confessing his desire to convert to Islam after studying it for 3 years. He said, "I've been contemplating Islam for 3 years, so I took him to the mosque and he recited the Shahada," Shabazz shared. In January this year, a major milestone marked Shabazz's career. He was appointed as the chaplain for an entire division across the U.S. military, not just the Army. Upon receiving the news, Shabazz was overjoyed beyond measure. "On the phone, I said, 'Thank you, I appreciate it, and I will serve well.' And then I hung up and started jumping like a little kid," said the father of 3. "I ran around the office shouting, 'Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, all praise is only for Allah,'" he continued. There are 1,400 chaplains in the U.S. military, and only 5 of them are Muslim, with Shabazz being one of them. According to data from the U.S. Department of Defense, there are over 6,000 Muslims in the military, out of a total of 1.3 million active duty soldiers, and more than 800,000 security personnel and reservists. The number of Muslims in the U.S. military is believed to be higher, as many do not openly identify as followers of Islam. My duty is not to convert people to Islam. Allah will guide them. My aim is to ensure that soldiers leave my office stronger than when they entered, said Shabazz. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.